brought from the office. Huh? The old old one from the office, and I say office ones. Okay. The Lord is our shepherd, I shall not want. Him maketh I like down in a green pastures. Him leadeth I beside still water. Them him restoreth I soul. Him leadeth I in the path of righteousness for him name's sake. Yea! Though I RASTA go walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I can't fear no evil. For thy rod and thy staff them comforted I and I. Who prepare a table before I in the presence of our enemy. Them who anointed I head with no oil. Me cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy. I go follow I all the days of I venny. Me I go dwell in the house of the Lord God. Jah, kadama we groma bea tela exact beer tana istalina ba shante. Kadama we groma be tela. This is the Blakk Pot, aka Kukushunamo, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize. But if we must criticize, we'd only just criticize to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. And from the newsreel, we endeavor to always keep it real. Now in every African traditional home, there is a Blakk Pot. And each time this Blakk Pot sits comfortably on the fire or uncomfortably on the fire, no matter what. Ingredients of so many different types, shapes and sizes, aromas, flavors, all congregate in the Blakk Pot. And the aftermath produces this sumptuous, palatable food, most nutritious. My brother, my sister, is the same concept we have here. We meet here and look at so many different things that are affecting our nation. We bring our heads together. And at the end of it all, we bring a very beautiful solution to our problems. We speak truth to power. Those we employed and put them in charge of our works, we ask them for accountability and probity. It is the Blakk Pot, the voice of the people. And the voice of the people is the voice of God. And my name, come here, Blakk Rasta. And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you and we thank you. Our numbers are scrolling on the screen. Please make sure you pick up the numbers and do business with us. Yes, we love to appreciate you. We love to advertise your business. Whilst your business is being advertised, certainly we are also benefiting and you are supporting a good cause. I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you. A number of issues we have today to look at. Let's go straight into action. Issue number one. Run there in the Mayotte. It says, Nana Addo to resign over Galamsey. Who wants Nana Akufo-Addo to resign over Galamsey? This is Haruna Idrisu. Honorable Haruna Idris. He used to be the minority leader in parliament. Now, he got changed and another man took over. He's no more the minority leader. Amidst a lot of protests from fans and party faithfuls, Haruna Idrisu is still a very formidable politician in our country. Now he belongs to the NDC and he thinks that Nana Akufo-Addo, the president of the Republic of Ghana, has failed, and for that matter, he must be impeached, or better still, he himself, if he has any regard for his reputation he should be resigning. Run the story, my youth. This is what he says. Akufo-Addo should resign for failing to combat Galamsey. Other headlines also read that he must go. Now, the member of parliament for Tamale, Haruna Idrisu, has called for the resignation of President Akufo-Addo over his failure to combat illegal mining, commonly known as Galamsey, effectively. Now, speaking on Joy FM Super Morning Show, Mr. Idrisu recalled the president's 2017 pledge to put his job on the line in the fight against Galamsey. Haruna notes that the situation has only worsened. He had, or better still, we had President Akufo-Addo put his job on the line in 2017, as he said. What has he done since he failed to combat illegal mining? Mr. Idrisu questioned. And he's the MP for Tamale South. He added that in any civilized democracy, the president would have resigned after failing to fulfill such a critical promise. He would have bowed out and said, I have no honor because my pledge to fight Galamsey has fallen flat. Mr. Idrisu criticized President Akufo-Addo and his ministers for praising themselves despite their failure to deliver on the promise to eradicate Galamsey. He emphasized the need to hold leaders accountable for their public pledges, particularly when it comes to safeguarding the environment and the livelihoods of affected communities. That's what Haruna Idrisu said. Dash it away and come here. Watch me. Come here. Watch me. You see, as Haruna Idrisu said, we don't seem to be living in a democracy that is worth its salt. How can a man who was in opposition promise the whole nation that he would put his job on the line in order to fight Galamsey, only for him to come into office and Galamsey has become worse? Illegal mining is so shameful. If the president has any regard for his reputation, he should get the hell out of here. He should resign and go away. One of his major promises to us, Galamsey, the fight against Galamsey. Today we are told party members are involved in this illegal business. And very soon, we're going to prove to you from other documents that we have right here, that government officials, in fact, and people so close to the jugular vein of the NPP, party in power, are involved in this dirty game of Galamsey. Now, Galamsey has been a strong bane of our development. It means it's a setback to our development as a people. Our water bodies get polluted every now and then. The water that we used to see blue, taking the color of the skies. Today, they are all milky. Some of them are looking yellowish, and others colors that we can't even describe. Fishes have died. So many aquatic animals have been poisoned. The environment has been destroyed in terms of the flora. And we don't seem to care. It looks like it's going on and on. Professor Frimpong Boateng is a great man. He's a surgeon of repute. In fact, he was in charge of a certain parliamentary committee that was supposed to oversee this Galamsey issue and fight it. In fact, he wrote in a white paper that Galamsey was so close to the president and his presidency. He mentioned names, including Chairman Wutumi and some other such people. But the president, without giving it any iota of respect, came out and told us that what Professor Boateng had said was only embedded in what is known as retribution and bitterness. In other words, he was bitter about something and he wrote that white paper from hearsay. No facts. A medical doctor, an academician, writes a white paper. He knows the importance of documenting issues. Presented a whole white paper to the president. Told the presidency, you made me chairman of the Galamsey committee. This is my finding. Could you check it out? president comes out to tell us that, oh, the whole write-up was only hearsay. In other words, there was no fact. Up to this date, Professor Frimpong Boateng is still unhappy about this issue. But my brother, fast forward. We all remember when Chairman Wontumi, a stalwart of the party in power, he's actually the regional chairman. Yes, regional chairman of his party, the NPP, Ashanti regional chairman. That's Chairman Wontumi. He's the king of all these small-scale miners, some of whose activities could even be classified as Galamsey, illegal mining. Destroyed so many different forests, all these Galamseys. Today, Manasseh Awuni Azure has come out with an expose with his fourth estate. Watch it and let us cry together. Run the story, my youth. This is from My Joy Online. Forest invasion. Companies owned by Wontumi, Kumasi Mayor, and others scramble to mine in Ghana's forest reserves. Professor Frimpong Boateng said it. Mr. President said it's not true. Nobody was mining in these forest reserves. What is a forest reserve? It is a place in the forest or the whole of the forest that is reserved. In fact, protected against any form of harm. Now we are told these faces you see here, stalwarts of the NPP, are scrambling like in the scramble for Africa in the days of colonialism to destroy our forests egotistically and selfishly and take the minerals out of that because their party is in power. Shall we go deeper into it? Watch this. Forest invasion. Companies owned by Wontumi, Kumasi Mayor, and others scramble to mine in Ghana's forest reserves. Run the story. When the government on June 9, 2023 rallied Ghanaians to plant trees as part of the Greening Ghana campaign, the chief executive of the Kumasi Metropolitan Assembly, KMA, Sam Pine, was one of the leading political figures in the Ashanti region who actively participated in the tree planting event. Quick! This exercise is vital for beautifying, protecting, and ensuring environmental sustainability, Mr. Pine told Ghana News Agency. However, an investigation by the Fourth Estate into a worrying scramble for mining concessions in forest reserves has revealed an interesting irony on the part of Mr. Pine. While advocating for the public to promote environmental sustainability through tree planting, his company is involved in a business that threatens the existence of a forest reserve. Wow. Now, records of the Minerals Commission revealed that just 4 months before nudging others to help make Ghana green, Mr. Pine's company applied for a lease to mine for gold in the Oda River Forest Reserve located in the Ashanti region. Wow. Now, this area, like many others, is already reeling from the devastating effects of illegal mining, including the destruction of forest reserves, farmlands, and road networks. Records at the Minerals Commission show that the company, Sam and Jan Limited, applied for the mining license in February 2023, months after the government enacted the environmental protection, that's mining in reserve forest regulation, in November 2022. Known as L1 LI 2462, the law lists some designated green belts as protected areas, including globally significant biodiversity areas, GSBAs, which are safeguarded by international conventions. This should make them a no-go area for mining and timber harvesting. However, under the law, the president has the authority to allow mining and prospecting in these forest reserves if he deems it necessary in the national interest. Records of the Minerals Commission indicate that there was a surge in applications for mining concessions in the forest reserves from June 2022, when the LI was presented to Parliament. There are many media reports corroborated by satellite imagery that show the hefty environmental damage caused by mining in Ghana's forest reserves, where some lush rainforests have been turned into toxic and barren wastelands. It is against this backdrop that the new law has sparked outrage among environmental activists who warn that it could obliterate what remains of the country's forest reserves, already severely damaged by illegal mining and logging. Activists warn that by authorizing companies like SAP and Jan Limited to mine in forest reserves, LI 2462 would only worsen the environmental damage caused by illegal mining in the country. Can you see what I see? Now, an environmental lawyer specializing in forestry regulation, Clement Akapame, points out that the basis for the passage of LI 2462 is questionable because the Environmental Protection Agency, EPA, which championed its passage, has no mandate to push for a law that regulates mining in forest reserves. Our first point is the lack of legislative capacity. Mr. Akapame says, even if there's going to be something like this, we think the lead agency should be the Forestry Commission, which has the primary mandate to regulate and manage our forest estate. The irony, however, is that in 2019, an internal EPA memo raised concerns about the upsurge in the number of forest entry points or permits being issued by the Forestry Commission. Wow. Dash it away. My brother, the long and short of it all is that the president is a hypocrite. The president pretends that he's fighting Galamsey, but he's the worst Galamseyer in the history of Ghana. Worse than Ochenyene. Worse than all the sub-chiefs of Asantehene, who Asantehene has distilled, and even more. Anybody who does Galamsey in this country, if it was in the days of Rawlings, they deserved bullets in their heads. As a Rasta man who hates violence, I will say that I thank God that Rawlings' regime is over and we are now in a democracy. What kind of an animal are you that will go into the forest, destroy the flora and fauna, which will go ahead to destroy our water bodies, and then you start importing water from foreign countries? When rain is not falling, you gather your pastors and malams and go to the forest to pray so that there will be rain. Naturally, what makes rain fall? Evaporation and condensation. Can I break it down? When the sun shines and picks up some water, we call that evaporation. And when it goes up there, the higher you go, the cooler it gets. Everything points to the direction that when the water evaporates and goes up, it gets cooled up, it gets heavier and drops as rain. But when your water is so polluted, the forest cover is all destroyed. And we all know how plants play a major role in rain, fall, and so on and so forth. Animals live in the forest. So when you destroy the forest, you destroy the homes of animals. Your medicine comes from the forest. When you destroy the forest, you get sick. Your food comes from the forest. When you destroy the forest, you destroy your food. So human beings still go into the forest, destroy the forest in order to pick up some gold. And this gold, they go out there and sell, looking forward to going to buy food, the same food that they have destroyed from the forest. Are you a human being or you are a monkey? It's so painful. My brother, my sister, we have forest reserves in Ghana. No matter what, nobody goes in there to do hunting. Nobody goes in there to do anything. But they brought up a certain law, the LI that we just saw. And they said, oh yes, you cannot go into those areas to do anything. But the president has the power to mandate you to go in there or not. Listen. At first, it was point blank. You can't go in there for any purpose of hunting or mining. The LI came out, legislative instrument, which said that, oh, Yes, you can't go in there, but the president has the mandate to ask you to go in there or not. So party faithfuls started writing to have licenses given to them for the president to say yes or no, you can go. And now our forest reserves have become the foundation of Galamsey. In this case, they say it's not Galamsey because they have been given permission to go in there and mine. Look at a hypocrite president, hypocrite nation, hypocrite lawmakers. Well, destroy the forests. When acid starts falling on us, we all will die and go away. And when we go to God, we will tell God that you gave us stupid leaders and stupid people who came here to destroy all of us. Next time, don't take us into a country of fools and idiots. It's sad. I'm hurt. 2 weeks ago, Malams internally went to the police park to pray for rain. When they were destroying the forest, where were the Malams? Today, they are using our money from the so-called emergency contingency fund, whatever they call it, to finance farmers whose harvests have dwindled because of the lack of rain. A lot of farms right now have been turned into Galamsey fields, illegal mining. What kind of human beings are we in this country? People who want to destroy in order to pick up gold cannot do that in their countries. They leave China and some other places and come to destroy our land here. Then they turn around and tell the EU, oh, yes, it's true. Ghana cocoa is polluted by Galamsey and its chemicals. But we have the proper Ghana cocoa planted in China. We are ready to give you that, to go test it and see how potent it is. We sit in this country and we are waiting for prophets to prophesy rains. We are waiting for malams to go and pray so rains will fall. What kind of orangutans are we? It hurts. These are people who speak English more than Shakespeare. These are people who claim they are learned. Listen to Ghanaians talking on radio and on TV. You would think they invented the English language. But the common sense is gone. It's greed. Now the fourth estate. And I honestly don't know what kind of man Manasseh Awini Azure is. He and his fourth estate have been able to do a lot. Ibrahim Mahama just gave him a very good spanking and asked him to apologize and retract something he wrote in his book, and he quickly did that. Somebody would have said that this would have cowered him into submission, but a few days later, he's back again, this time going for the presidency, saying that the president is a hypocrite, and that is a plan to destroy the nation. So now you see why Haruna Idrisu is so angry, and he says that the president must resign. Give me the photo of Haruna Idrisu. Quick, follow me. Come with me, work with me. Now Haruna Idrisu is saying, please resign if you respect yourself. If you have any integrity left, this is time to go. Do you agree with me? Should the president be going? What is he waiting there for? One of your major promises has fallen flat. Which one is that? You will put your presidency on the line to fight Galamsey. Now the fight against Galamsey is a joke. It's been proven by the fourth estate and beyond that you yourself, you are a culprit in this Galamsey nonsense. I thank God that I never became a soldier. And I'll end it there. I thank God that I never became a soldier. I won't proceed. The way people are treating our country, people that we trust and give power to, they become traitors. What is happening to us? Is that how dirty power is? Does power corrupt people? If it does, why are good people still interested in political power? Please write it down. If power truly corrupts, Why do good people still want political power? Do they want to be corrupt? Question mark. Should I say it again? I said, if power corrupts, why do good people still want political power? Full stop. Question mark. Do they want to be corrupted? Question mark. You and I will answer this question. In the interim, yes, the Blakk Pots, aka Akufo-Addo'S, and here we speak truth to power. Next story, my youths, and watch the story roll on your screens. Hey, 24-hour economy, a joke, a big fat joke. These are not my words. You know who is saying that? Do you know? Pretty lady. She's beautiful, isn't she? So beautiful. I like her nose. Oh my God. I like her face. Her teeth. African beauty. Oh, beautiful. But who is this woman? The 24-hour economy is a mere electioneering slogan. Her name is Bridget Jogbenoku. Bridget Jogbenoku. Ha ha. Can we go into detail? Now, the 2020 presidential candidate for the Progressive People's Party, the PPP, Bridget Jogbenoku, has described the National Democratic Congress's proposal for a 24-hour economy as a mere slogan. According to a report by MyJoyOnline.com on Thursday, September 5, 2024, that's today, she urged political leaders to address fundamental issues such as security, transportation, and fuel before considering ambitious economic reforms, such as the implementation of a 24-hour economy. Promises and sloganeering are the bane of us. That is what has brought us to where we are. Promises and sloganeering without proper implementation is what has brought us where we are. I think it's just a slogan. I don't think it will make any huge difference. We are talking about 24-hour economy. Can we talk about security first? Can that be put in place? Our transport and our fuels. There are so many basic things that need to be put in place for this work to work. So let's not be fooled with sloganeering. She stated in an interview on the AM show. The flag bearer of the opposition NDC, John Dramani Mahama, has stated that the objective behind his proposed 24-hour economy initiative is to enable businesses to operate 3 shifts per day. To achieve this goal, he said the government and private sector will collaborate. Dash it away. Okay, so I like it when people reason like this. Bridget Jogbenoku is a brilliant woman. She thinks that we should be doing security, transportation, fuel. These are the basic things that pull us back before we can look at a 24-hour economy. In other words, eat and be satisfied before you run a 100-meter race. Better still, you cannot run if you don't stand on 2 feet. My brother, my sister, why they say, that's what she's saying. But, Madame Bridget, I have never met you, and this is the first time I'm hearing about your party, the PPP. Yes, in the past, in the days, yes, but now I'm just hearing about it for the first time. Madame, with all respect, when Nkrumah wanted to build the Akosombo Dam, many were those who said it was too ambitious. Today it is the savior. When Nkrumah was building factories, even the West said he was overly ambitious. People who do not dare, they are those who are left at the bottom of the mountain. Of course, I agree with you. We have to be able to focus properly so that we don't miss the target. We don't have to be overly ambitious. But again, we must remember that he who fails to dare would be dead. You are either shot at or you shoot. Every soldier knows this. You are either shot or you shoot. Hey, Muhammad's 24-hour economy is a super radical venture. It's a policy that's super radical. I see Nkrumah in this policy. All the naysayers, he wants to say, get out of here. We will make it happen. We have been walking slow for far too long. Now, we are not going to run. We are going to fly. It demands a lot of work. It demands a lot of thinking. And above all, it demands a lot of discipline in patriotism. I want to see it happen. Look at Nana Akufo-Addo when he told us he was going to give us the free SHS. Many were those who said it was a thunderbolt. It was a flash in a pan. Many said that it was a storm in a teacup. Others said that it was a molehill that was being modeled into a mountain. Hallelujah. Blakk RASTA. Say it again. At the end of the day, Nana Akufo-Addo said he would do it. Ghanaians asked him, how would you do it? He gave them one or two facts as to how he was going to do it. The naysayers said it will never happen. This man was joking. But I like people who dare, at least with a certain level of circumspection. So when we sit back and say 24-hour economy will not work, we have a problem with fuel, we have a problem with transport, we have a problem with security, and for that matter, we should wait until we solve all these problems before we can have 24-hour economy, then it means that we are not the true Nkrumahs that we are. Hey! When Nkrumah came into this country, you know what slogan was there? Independence at the earliest possible time. Nkrumah said independence, self-government. Now, his own colleagues from the UGCC and beyond, they said, you are running too fast. We have a problem with this, problem with that, problem with that. Let us hasten slowly. Let us hasten slowly. It's a Latin saying which I like so much. They say hasten slowly. Vite lentement. Hasten slowly. That's French. But it's an original Latin statement. Hasten, but slowly. It's a paradox. In fact, it's an irony. How do you hasten when you are slow? There are two opposing forces. But it is a paradox. An irony. And in other words, it's a parable. What is Blakk RASTA saying? I am daring Muhammad. Muhammad knows that he has only one term. He knows that he went to sit in opposition. And he heard what the naysayers said. And other people who never gave him a chance, what they said. He wants to come back and prove them wrong. The drunkard that some people are holding around him, he wants to come and prove to them that he's a man of his own and he can kick out all these things. That's if he's involved in them. All these challenges to be able to supersede a great nation. I am in support of the 24-hour economy. He says he will do it in 3 shifts. How 3 shifts? Some people will come and close at this time, go. Another set will come and close and go. Another set will come and close and go. That means that we are going to employ more people if we can run that kind of economy. It doesn't mean every outfit can run a 24-hour economy. No. Some might just run 18. Some 16. But the policy is that government is going to collaborate with private sector to be able to make this happen. We should be applauding this. Don't sit back and say, we can't do it. Why can't we do it? Why can't we do it? Because we always refuse to think. The other day they told us they were going to bring us a sky train. Many people said it won't happen. We said, once they said it, let them tell us how they would do it. When they started telling us how they were going to do it, we doubted it. And we were right. Look, it's falling flat. Reason we must send them packing. If Mahama comes and his 24-hour economy is nothing but a sham, we show him the exit. Simple. In our nation, we should be able to impeach people. Yes, we must impeach people. We shouldn't wait until 4 years before we bring down the axe on their necks. So, Madam Bridget Jogbenuku, let's not be mediocre in our thinking, and let us not be quick to rubbish great strides. I'll leave it here. It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonomo, where we speak truth to power. When we return, we have more to say. Hey! Yellow! Yellow!
Blakk Pot, Kokoshonomo.
It's the Blakk Pot, aka Kokoshonomo, and here we speak truth to power. Please keep your comments coming in, and we will be reading your comments very soon. All right, next story, my youth. Ghana needs change in attitude. There's an eye hanging somewhere. Please take it out. Ghana needs change in attitude. Who is saying this? Do you know him? He's called Hassan AYARIGA. He's also a political candidate. He's not one of my favorites. I don't dislike him. I just don't think that he has what it takes to be president. And again, I also believe that he has a good heart and a good mind. I think he could play a role in some other areas rather than being the president of the nation. This is Hassan AYARIGA. He has said something that we have said over and over on this show, that Ghana needs a change of mindset. Published today by My Joy Online. Ghanaians need a change of mindset. Run it, my youth. Hey. Now the flag bearer of the All People's Congress, APC, Hassan AYARIGA, says that Ghanaians need a change of mindset to develop the country. According to him, political leaders must engage with Ghanaians to instill the conviction to prioritize their country and consider it their most valuable asset. Oh my God. Mr. AYARIGA noted that there needs to be a shift in mindset regarding work ethics, behavior, and job creation in Ghana. Now, speaking on Joy News' AM show, Mr. AYARIGA said, when you engage the Ghanaian society and have that mindset change, it gives the first opportunity to be able to move this country forward. It gives the best, I think he wanted to say, or the best opportunity. He explained that a change in mindset is necessary because Ghanaians have the capacity to transform the nation when they unite. Dash it away. In fact, Nkrumah did not waste time. when he won our independence for us, what did he say? After saying the independence of Ghana is meaningless, unless it is linked up with the total liberation of the whole of Africa, what did he say next? We must change our attitudes now. I don't know what is happening in our nation. I don't know what culture is affecting us like that. The average Ghanaian is waiting for the government to do everything for him. There's a pothole in front of his house. He's waiting for the government to come and fix it. His bulb goes off. He's waiting for the government to come and fix it. His children go to school. He's waiting for government to employ them. Nobody is ready to venture. Everything must be done by the government. It's sad. Now hear this. We have an attitudinal problem. Our attitude is thinking in this country. We value government employment than any other form of employment. I work with the government. Yeah, I wake up and I wear my tie and I go to work. Even wearing the tie is a colonial mentality. Change that dirty attitude. You wear your tie. You wear your suit in this hot African sun. Very soon you start to get some so pele krusa all over your body. You say you don't understand. You go to the office. You use government phones to make private calls. For you is the benefit of working with the government. You use government stationery to do your personal work. The government vehicles, you use those to run your own errands. Private. You're a thief. That attitude must change. Listen, I go to America. I go to England. I visit my friend who works. Look, when I travel and I go to America and those places, 99% of all my friends and people I know, they don't tell me they work with the government. They work with the private sector. This one is working at a factory. This one is working with a certain agency, privately owned. This one is working on a certain farm where he picks fruits. Hardly do I see friends saying they work with the government. Have you observed that too? You go to England. All these friends of ours who have left Ghana and they've gone there, they don't work with the government. They work with the private sector. 24-hour economy. Some work in the night. And when they leave in the rain, around 8 p.m., they are going to work and they wear their jacket, get out of the cold. Say, we are going to work. In Ghana, we don't go to work like this. Fortunately, our hospitals run 24 hours. Even though there's much to be desired. You go and a lot of nurses are fast asleep. Doctors have left the hospital, they've gone to sleep. They tell you that when patients come, call us. That is irresponsible behavior. It's like a policeman who is on duty and he says, "Mikoda, okronphobia ba, frame." That's irresponsible behavior. You are a sentry. You know what it means to say sentry? S-E-N-T-R-Y. That means you are a security person at post. Watch the soccer from Europe and America. Soccer, football. The policemen and the security people, they stand here facing the crowd whilst the game is going on. They stand like that until the game is over. Half time, they are still standing. When they hear goal, they still are standing there looking here. They have closed their senses to whatever is happening on the pitch in terms of football. All they are thinking about, all their antennas are connected to security in the area. They are serious. They tried it in Ghana. The last time we had some African Cup, Ghanaian security people were brought to stand there and watch. And whilst they were watching the crowd like that, and the football was taking place behind them, they had goals. Some of them said, yeah, yeah, jumping left, right, and center. Did you see those videos? It just means that you're not focused. You're not serious. You don't know your work. You don't know your work. That is what it is. You are put in place to do a certain job. And you decide to mix work with what? Your own personal excitement. My brother, my sister, Ghanaians are sick when it comes to attitude. Nigerians are sicker when it comes to attitude. I go to my friend in England who happens to be working in a government institution. And I go there to ask him to give me a piece of paper so that I could write a phone number on. No, it's government paper he won't give me. Or I go to South Africa. A friend of mine is working at a government office. And I go and I ask him to let me use the government phone to make a quick call. No, sir. He will give me his mobile phone. I say, you can use this. Not in Ghana. Go to any of the ministries. If you have friends there, you want to make a call, give you the phone. It's free government phone. A lot of them, even if they have to make phone calls, no, they will wait. When they go to the office, then they would use that. That is where they go to charge their mobile phones. Yeah, they go there to charge their mobile phones and their lamps and other things. Free government fuel. Our attitudes must change. It's all about Ghana. And if you truly love Ghana, you are being paid a salary. That is what the salary is supposed to be used for. Your personal things. You can't be stealing from the government. If I were president of this nation, that I'll never be. Ghana will change within 90 days. I'm telling you one lie. We will sack and disgrace a lot of people that will shock Ghana. Hey! The citizenry will be given back their power. Let any policeman stop you on the street and misbehave. Just look at his number and let us know. We would investigate them bad and rough. If you have a video, it even makes it better. Every government institution, there will be a suggestion box. Every institution will have a phone number that you must call. It's operational 24 hours a day. You must write down and respond to every letter that is written to any company. Emails, whatever. You must respond. Acknowledge receipts. That's why you are there. Write a letter to some Minister of Sports, a letter to Minister of Tourism. For 1 million years, you are waiting for a response to the letter. They don't even acknowledge it. So arrogant. And what have you created these people? What the heck are you doing? We employed you. Now we write letters to you. You refuse to answer. Are you crazy? What's wrong with you? If I was president, within 90 days, all these people, we will cut them off and feed them in hell. I will never be president too. I'm a kingmaker. So, we are only supposed to give advice to the leaders. And if they listen to us, it will work. If they don't, it's unto them and unto us. AYARIGA has spoken. He says we have to change our attitude. My brother wants to join politics. And his reason is that he wants to be rich. That is where the riches is. Hey! My sister wants to join politics. And she's saying that, oh, as for her, she's in politics because of $1 million American dollars. Not to help the people. It's not a service to the people anymore. It's a plutocracy. Mahama said, hey, go home and sit down. She's still on social media, blah, blah, blah. And people targeted me. People did this because you are the only one with whatever. It's the Blakk pot, a.k.a. Akufo-Addo'S. When we return, we have a last story to look at. And it's an international story, all the way from Burkina Faso. But we also have your messages to read. It's the Blakk pot, a.k.a. Akufo-Addo'S, where we speak truth to power. Hey! Hey! Whoa!
Skipper George.
Blackpot. Coco show man.
It's the Black Pot, aka Kukushonamo. And here we speak truth to power. All right, so let's look at the comments and also see what you think. One boy says, welcome back, my king. Why? Sweet Papito says, here come. Hey, come here. Why? Run it, me done. Mustafa Watara says, hey, long time no see Mustafa. Black Pot is back. More fire. Sabali towards and consult. Rich greetings, Black Rasta. Run it up, Rasta. Why? Study of Paris says, we are airborne. The AB says, yes, sir. We are all living in a SH. I don't want to believe what my head is telling me to believe. Is it a shithole of country? So sad to say. Nabong Pyramid says, welcome, King Black. May Almighty we sit and the spirit of our holy ancestors guide and protect you. Keep speaking truth to power. JDSGH says, bless you, Black. More fire. And bless you too, my brother. Love and respect. Oh, Sabarima TV, come here. You think so you be wise. This country has never had any leader in the past 32 years. From these NPP and DC leaders. And guys, let's send them into the stands. Sufyan Sulebana says, I salute you, Godfather. Happy watching you live. Run the story. Yoyoy. Brabank says, welcome back, Mbiele. I left me alone. I don't think anyone can fight against Galamsey in our beloved country. They are all doing politics with our health. Shame on them all. And may God punish them. So you see, Brabanks has lost hope in the system. Lost hope in the politician. Lost hope in almost everything. He says, as for him, he's thrown his hands in the air in despair. Why should our people think like that? When will things change? He says, I realize now that politicians are doing politics with our life. They are all fools. Me of Anche says, good evening, Black Rasta. Kofi-Azuma says, greetings to my brother, Black Rasta. Greeting to all the brothers and sisters here with much love. All right. Kofi-Azuma says, Kevin Taylor told Ghanaians long ago that Nana Addo was just a toy president running Ghana down into the ground. And Yagbere Sairam says, for God and country, Blackpot, patriotism is not a choice. Yes. Kofi-Azuma says, Black Rasta keep preaching nothing but the real truth here to Ghanaians everywhere in the world. Niwa Fanche says, it's really serious, this Galamsey thing is going out of hand. And what surprises me is the so-called leaders. And these so-called leaders are not saying anything sensible to us, the citizens. It's a shame. Antaru Yakub says, Salamu alaikum, Blakk. I agree to bro. I always remember you in my prayers. May Allah protect and guide you from evil and bad people. Amen. SMZ TV, BEM. God bless you. And by BEM, it just means to say, Black Empire Media. God bless you and protect you. More fire. Kofi-Azuma says, Black Rasta. I believe and know that 24-hour economy will surely work, my brother. Bro Banks, Mbiele, I disagree with you that the 24-hour economy is super radical. I agree with the woman. Before such policy can implement, security must be put into check first. We are putting our own lives on the line. Well, as I said, if we are waiting to write everything before we take off, we might never take off. That's all I'm saying. Of course, we have security issues. Which country doesn't have that? Of course, we have transportation issues. Which country doesn't have that? So 24-hour economy, like I said, I don't think that every outfit by hook or crook must be a 24-hour outfit. It starts with the most protected or most secured areas that have the best transportation. So it gets unrolled. Hey, if we don't start now, we can never start. It's like a man who wants to get married. He wants to have everything before he gets married. Recently, Mensa Otabil told you he wants to have 2 cars. He wants to build a house. Yes, he wants to have a big fat bank account. And then he would save and save and save before he realizes he's 179 years. And he has 8 million children born to him by 7 trillion women. It's sad. So my brother, I'm not fighting your opinion. I love your opinion. But this is what I think. Kofi Azuma says, Black Rasta, keep preaching nothing but the real truth here and moving forward. And he says the 24-hour economy will surely change Ghana and Ghanaians' lives. Well, Ibru, Wallahi Ibru. Well, Ibru says, since I discovered your shows, I have been a loyal follower and concur with everything you say. Well, except for one. I've heard you say Cheddar was disrespectful to you once. Is that what you disagree? Wait. Yeah. He was, but I've forgiven him actually. Honestly. I think that at the time, he didn't really know who Black Rasta was. He didn't know that I was a Pan-Africanist and all that I am interested in is Africa and the forward movement of black people. Probably he saw me as one of the cheap journalists who go to him and take pennies. Maybe. I don't know. Because he told me that I was doing everything possible to please politicians. That's what Cheddar told me. And I saw that as hurtful. Then another time he told me that I looked ugly. He said I look ugly like Kaka Mutubi. That's what he said. I almost told him that I pray that at my age, you will look as sexy and hot as me. Yeah, if you can call citizens ugly, can say they are doing everything possible to please politicians when you have not dug into their background. It means that you are not somebody who is interested in research. But again, I have forgiven my brother. I have forgiven him. He's just not a smart Pan-Africanist. Last week, in his manifesto or something, he said that he's going to sell Ghanaian passports and Ghanaian citizenship to people, especially African Americans, so they can have that as long as they invest here. And I said, so it's all about cash. If a terrorist in America comes to invest here or gives you money, he says he wants 50 billion American dollars from them. He will give them a quota. Once you give him that money, you are a Ghanaian citizen. You have full access into the country. You can plant your bombs and do anything. You can't sell our birthright like that. How dare you? You can't sell our birthright like that. Anyone who has money can get your passport and get your citizenship. Is that how cheap you are? He's not a smart Pan-Africanist. That's all I'm saying. And it's not personal. I say worse things about Baomia. So who is Cheddar? It's about Ghana. Nobody's bigger than the truth. Anyway, so Wali Brew, that's the explanation. So the bank says in Delhi, Mr. Ayariga is right because changing attitudes is more important than changing processes. Come here! You think so you be wise. Why? Wali Brew says he said something about buying the radio station where you were, so he can fire you. That was utterly arrogant of him, of course. But please don't let that overshadow your judgment of his policy. Never, 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 never. Oh, Cheddar. He blocked me. Cheddar blocked me. Yeah, he blocked me. And when he blocked me, you know what he did? He was angry with me because he's never had people actually come up to him and challenge him. He said some things and I challenged him. I told him that, no, I don't think this is right. What you are saying, I don't think is correct. This is what I think. He's used to people saying, oh, yes, sir. Hey, correct. Yeah, bossu. Chale. Yeah, bossu. No. So he blocked me, and I blocked him too. Because if I don't, he will unblock me and insult me and block me again. You know, some people do that. He'll block you anytime he wants to insult you. He will unblock you, insult you, and block you again. To God be the glory. I mean, on a more serious note, I love Cheddar, to be honest with you. If he picks up a phone to call me today and says, "Hey, Blakk, Charlie, what is happening? Are you around? Charlie, make we meet then, drink some soup." Why not? I will go. I don't see him as my enemy. I only see him as an arrogant guy, and we will discipline him and make him respect. That's all. He's my younger brother. I'll discipline him. Not discipline, no. He's my younger brother. I'm 50. How old is Cheddar? Is he 41 or 42? I'm your big brother. Anyway, on a more serious note, it is what it is. I mean, he said things that I liked, and I came out and said, "Oh, yeah, this is good." Certainly not carrying the sea to Kumasi. Nah. Kofi Azuma says, "Blakk Rasta, you are speaking nothing but the real truth on what's going on in the USA. No Bob," says Baumia. Is dotty. Are we done? Well, we got more. All right. So my name Blakk Rasta. Let us look at the very last story we have for you today. We're going to be closing in the next 5 minutes. Burkina Faso breaks away from Africa. Now the president or the leader of Burkina Faso is called Ibrahim Traoré. Say wale, chadido, say wale. He's thick tall. Nice. He's trying to behave like Sankara. I wish him all the best. But recently, he said the AU was not helpful. And for that matter, he was breaking away. In one way or the other. Mali also had that kind of vibe. Now they have a new group. The so-called Francophone, they are coming together and they have a name they call themselves. You know, it used to be the ECOWAS, right? Now they have their own name. In fact, we all used to have one kind of passport. This passport, Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS, CDIO. But this man, Ibrahim Traoré, who I love so much, has changed his own passport. It's like this now. Burkina Faso, passport. And it says unity, progress, justice. Unity, progress, and justice. He's not part of the ECOWAS anymore. He's broken away. He wants to be free. But what is the authenticity of this story? Run it, my youth. This one is from Reuters, published by My Joy Online. Burkina Faso issues new passports without West African Block's logo. Run it, my youth. Burkina Faso has launched a new biometric passport without the logo of West Africa's main political and economic bloc on their cover, further signaling its determination to withdraw from the regional alliance after military leaders took power in a coup. Burkina Faso, Niger, and Mali, 3 neighboring states now led by military juntas, jointly announced in February they would leave the 15-member Economic Community of West African States, which has since sought to persuade the 3 to reconsider their decision. On this passport, there is no ECOWAS logo and no mention of ECOWAS either. Since January, Burkina Faso has decided to withdraw from this body. And this is just a realization of the action already taken by Burkina Faso. Security Minister Mahamadou Sana told reporters at the lunch on Tuesday. ECOWAS has warned that the 3 countries' withdrawal will undermine the freedom of movement and common market of 4 million people living in the 50-year-old bloc. Their departure comes as their army's battlegrounds linked to Al-Qaeda and Islamic State, whose insurgencies have destabilized West Africa's central Sahel region over the past decade and threatened to spill over into coastal states. Since their military seized power in a series of coups in 2020 all the way to 2023, the three countries have formed a three-way defiance and cooperation pact known as the Alliance of Sahel State. That was what I was looking for. Alliance of Sahel State. Alliance de Sahelita. Alliance des États Sahel. Yes. Alliance des États Sahel. Alliance of Sahel State. And severed long-standing military and diplomatic ties with Western powers seeking instead closer relations with Russia. It is sad that African nations are breaking away from each other and rather trying to come together in an alliance with Russia and other countries like that. Where is the independence of Africa? Independence of Ghana. Independence of Africa. Where is that independence? Nkrumah spoke to us against fragmentalization. Breaking into smaller pieces. It will weaken Africa and throw us away. If Ibrahim Traore is truly trying to walk in the shadow of Sankara, then this is off the chain. Please, whatever differences we have, I think we can come together, iron them out, and become a better people. You want to have alliances with Russia, yet your next door neighbor Ghana, no. Togo, no. You owe allegiance to the Russians. What kind of colonial mentality is that? You can have an alliance with Russia, but still have a close relationship with your neighbors. After all, when there's trouble, there's an old African proverb. It is the neighbor that sees it first. True? If today you fall ill, it's your neighbor that's going to see it first. If you create territorial waters and bridges broken, how do you assess each other? I'm sad that this is happening. I've been to Burkina. I haven't been to Mali. I haven't been to Niger. Please, let us reconsider, or else I believe we are going back into colonialism. Ibrahim Traore, bring him here. Ibrahim Traore, quick. I want this photo here before I speak. Ibrahim Traore. With all respect, maybe I should try and speak French to him. Je t'aime beaucoup. Moi, je m'appelle Blakk Rasta. Je t'aime beaucoup. Tu es un bon leader ou bien tu es un bon président. Mais c'est pas bon de dissocier. Je ne parle pas bien français, mais il faut unifier. Tu comprends, non? Le Burkina Faso et le Ghana, c'est le même pays. Le Mossi et le Dogoma, c'est le même peuple, n'est-ce pas? Il faut unifier. Il ne faut pas dégager. Je vous en prie. C'est pas bon. Anyway, that's all my French can take me to. I want to say thank you to my French teacher, Mr. Ansong, who taught me good French. I haven't spoken French in a long while. And for that matter, my French is... J'ai tout oublié mon français, mais un peu, je vais parler français bien. Anyway, my name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. I appreciate you and I love you. Dash it. Let's see your final messages. And we are done for the day. All right? Please, Mali. Please, Burkina. Please, Niger. We love you. Don't go. Don't go and leave us alone. Oh, don't go and leave us alone. Mobap says, that's what job integrity is. Most Ghanaians don't have that. People who show up to work whenever they like. Kofi-Azuma says, Blakk Rasta, I have a question for you, my brother. Why didn't you visit a lot of the black colleges and universities whilst you were in the US? Well, you know, you can't just get up and go visit like that. You must be invited. But I'm hoping that I'll be able to do more tours of the universities and all that with time. As long as we have life, we would like to do that. And if you have any connection to this, please, our numbers are rolling on the screen. We would always go, deliver lectures, talk about our history, perform for them. Any university I go, they are always looking to have us back. While Hebrew says his proposed policy of raising funds through the diaspora by having them to invest in Ghana and in return giving them Ghana passports. A lot of developed countries do. Oh. My brother, you see, the basis should not be that you are investing in a country. And for that matter, they should give you whichever country does that, it doesn't matter which country. It's a wrong footing. Terrorists can come and invest in your nation and harm you. My brother, you should be able to screen the people, go through their background. Please, this is our birthright. Fact that America is doing it, Germany is doing it, Canada is doing it, Afghanistan is doing it. We have our own mind. It's our birthright. For you to be called Ghanaian is a birthright. For us to give the citizenship to anybody. In fact, our people in the diaspora already qualify. They have been part of us. They left us. Now we are bringing them home. But it shouldn't be on the basis of you investing first. Now, let's look at your background. Why do you want to invest? We should ask, even if you want to invest, why? We need to know. For me, if I were a cheddar, I will not be tying citizenship to investment. You know what I'll be tying it to? Once you decide to be a Ghanaian citizen, you will renounce every other citizenship. That shows you are serious. You're not looking for second-hand people here. If you are from America and you want to be a Ghanaian citizen, renounce the American citizenship. We will get more people to focus on our country and give it their all. We don't want second-hand people who are American and Ghanaian and Chinese at the same time. Anytime they are fed up with Ghana, they have China to go to, they have America to go to. No, we don't want such people. We want people, if they are fed up with Ghana, they must entertain themselves and make Ghana entertaining enough to contain them. If you know that this is my last chance, you will deal with it to perfection. But if you know there are 2 more chances, you can play with this one. That's the point I'm making, Wali Hebrew. All right? Is that all? More comments? Wali Hebrew says, if you invest in their country, you get their passport. Furthermore, Cheddar clearly mentioned in his delivery that it's not only about money, but also about unity coming together. Well, I think the point has been made. We shouldn't give our passports just like that. Ish, can we contain the number of people who come here? What kind of investment are they doing? Who are they? What's their background like? Grace Saki says hi. Kofi-Azuma says hi. Their young lady Grace Saki. How are you doing? Okay, the young lady. Blakk Rasta, you are a leader to many all around the world. While Hebrew says his 12 pillars policy manifesto with no prejudice is the best amongst the other manifestos out there. I am not New Force, NPP or NDC or NF, but just being honest. I like what you are saying, Wal Hebrew, honestly. It's good you are seeing some good things about this. This is what we do. What are the good things here? We look at those, push them, that. You know that we've always been honest. That's it. Kofi Azuma says President John Dramani Mahama, Vice President Jane Nana Opoku Ajimai, and the NDC MPs will surely take power starting 7th December 2021. Ibru says, I know politicians lie though. I'm glad we all know this. I'm glad we all know this. Thank you. United States of Africa says, big up yourself, Prophet Blakk Rasta. Bless and love. More comments. All right. Nobab says, you're right. We have to mend the relationship. Oh. Blakk Rasta Cheddar. It's my younger brother. Yeah, it's my younger brother. And he knows I don't hate him. I know he doesn't hate me too. It's just ego. I think he felt that, who is this guy? This poor guy too. Now, crowd radio station with how much they pay you, sir. Me, I do this for myself. You, things like that. There are some people like that. They always think that money is everything. You can't get me like that. Blakk Rasta, what about Burkina Faso? President kicking those French out of his country. Well, there was a reason. There was something from France and something from Burkina Faso that clashed and decisions were taken. French people, France has also kicked out a lot of Burkinabés. Now, they have their embassies no more in Burkina Faso. They are not even allowing Burkinabés into France. Are you aware? If you are Burkinabe and you apply for a French visa, you don't get. They won't give it to you. They have warned you not to even try because you won't get it. And the French have always been like that. In fact, in the days of Kwame Nkrumah, when Guinea and those countries, fought against the French and kicked them out, especially Guinea, you know what happened? They carried everything, even drainage that they built, they poured concrete into that to block the whole thing. Carried teacups, knives, and spoons that they brought out of the country. Roads that they built, they used caterpillar to destroy the roads before they left. That's what the French did. So vindictive. Very retributive. Nobab says, hey, Blakk, you're French come. Moi, je parle français. Oh là là, qu'est-ce que tu dis? Mon ami, tu ne sais pas que je parle français, non? Johnson Levi says, I like your French, Rasta. Oh, wait, they laugh at my French. Emmanuel Ajay says, good job, Blakk. And then Racine says, Rasta noir. Yeah, c'est moi. Le noir Rasta, n'est-ce pas? Tu parles bien français. C'est pas très bien. C'est un peu. Johnson Lever said, God bless you, Blakk Rasta. United States of Africa says, Youth President Blakk Rasta, please, how do you see Chada's 12-pillar economy, freedom, manifesto speech? Okay, I can see people are interested in the 12 pillars. In our next broadcast, maybe from next week, I will intentionally look at the 12 pillars. Yeah? So that we'll go into them one after the other. It looks like we are interested. Chada is an example of a new political entrant. Nothing unique. Okay? So that's Danny Mens. Nobab says Chada is 44. So I'm 6 years older than him. You should call me Big Bro. Anyway, he says, Big Bro. I says, Jubro. Nobab says, you are his senior man. So if you respect me, see. Sefa Emmanuel, Ghana is bleeding. That's why churches are more than companies. Kofi Azuma says, Blakk Rasta, I believe that the Burkina Faso president will have a better relationship with John Dramani Mahama and Vice President Jane Nana Opoku-Addo'S when they take power back starting December 7. I want to also believe that because Sankara and Rawlings used to have a very good relationship. And Nana Addo went to America and then he behaved like a house nigger. Doing concern about Burkina Faso. That got them angry. And the Burkinabés were so. You remember we did it. We talked about it on this show. Nobab says people are running away from your country and you want to sell citizenship. Chada is not serious. People are running away to Lampedusa. They are throwing the passport into the sea. Maybe if you give this... Anyway, let me not be silly. Rassi says, Le Port Noir. Black Port. Kofi Azuma says, Blakk Rasta, I would like it if you start with my university, Jackson State. Oh, no problem. Please write me an email. Let the school write me an email and invite me over. I don't need an American visa. I have one already. running into several years. I'll just sit in a plane comfortably. And if you want me to come by sea too, no problem. I've never traveled by sea. I will sit in the ship and then I don't know if I have seasickness or not, but it will be a good experience, depending on how you want me to come. Certainly not through Lampedusa, Davi, or the desert. Let them write to me and invite me over. I will come. I promise you that. And I will try. My name is Blakk Rasta, and I want to say thank you so much. It's been a good engagement. Our numbers are still rolling on the screen. Pick up the numbers and speak to us. You can also send us an email, whatever you want to do. We are ready to advertise your product. And this show is watched by so many multitudes. In the interim, I appreciate you and I love you. It's been another day of the Blakk Pod. Hey! Hey! Yeah!